everyone. This is about, I don't know, this is about what's going on today when it comes down to women, men, and the roles that women and men are supposed to play in this thing called love, dating, courting, whatever you want to call it. Once upon a time, there used to be courting rules that people would follow. And in today's time, that has been long lost, that art of courting and passing that down to your children to understand that there is a process, there are rules that men and women are supposed to follow when it comes to, yes, I'm playing my hair, when it comes to taking an interest in one another and in dating and marriage and whatnot, right? Um, and it's sad because that whole system is lost. A lot of people out here confused and they don't know what to do. They, you know what I'm saying, and it's causing a lot of people to find themselves getting their hearts broken. It's causing a lot of people not being able to find someone to be with, and women not being able to get married and things. And in today's time, more than ever, there's more singles in their 30s than probably there ever has been in any other time. Okay, and that's mind-boggling. And I don't even have to use statistics, stats, facts, none of that, because if you look around, and depending on what, socioeconomic group you're in, what ethnic group you're a part of, what region you're in, those factors may change. However, if you're in America and you are in, like I said, certain ethnic groups, or you're in certain social economic classes or whatever, average, middle class, you may be a minority, you may not be. However, it is disturbing how many friends, when I look around, are single. It's disturbing even when I see friends that are married, or I go somewhere and, like I said, I went and got a massage the other day, and the young lady that did my massage, she confessed that she was 30 and she was not married, no kids or anything, which I thought was great, married, no kids and stuff. And she was still trying to get her life together, enjoy her life. But it was just like, wow, how, it's not that she didn't want a husband. It's just that she hadn't found one yet. And you guys, you know what it's coming down to? Men don't know how they're supposed to be with women, and women don't know how men are supposed to be with them and how they're supposed to be with men. And let me further break this down. Okay? In today's time, you have this whole thing where, ladies, yes, we're independent these days and got jobs, got careers, education, this and that other, right? And y'all want, to be equal. Well, there's nothing wrong with that in the workplace when you want equal pay and you want to be treated fairly in society and things like that. But when it comes down to the courting game, understand this. You do not want to be treated equally. What you really want to be treated as, like a man knows and understands your worth and treats you as a priority. So, in all honesty, you should be treating yourself like a queen, and a man should be treating you like a queen. And fellas, is not to say that you shouldn't be treated with high value. However, and you should carry yourselves as kings, and you should act and behave like kings if you want to be treated like kings. However, ladies first. So, fellas, you're supposed to approach women and court women. And if you don't feel like you can be bothered with courting a woman and reaching out and pursuing her and putting forth the effort and trying to impress her and things of that sort, such as taking her on dates and paying for them and, buying her flowers and things like that, and writing her poetry. I don't know, whatever it is you're good at. Maybe you're good at woodworking and you can make her a shoe case or something. But if you guys can't be bothered with that, then you guys shouldn't even be out here looking at anybody. Now, y'all ain't gonna want to hear that because you guys still want to be out there and you want to be fooling around with women. Shame on you. Women are not toys. Women are not objects of your desire for you to be out here using and then tossing to the side and moving on to the next one, because a lot of that is happening today. And ladies, a lot of you are to blame for that. Why? Because you are out here, many of you, trying to act like men. And then you get upset when these men play you guys, okay? Or you don't get what it is that you want, which is the commitment. Many of you try to act like you don't care about the commitment. You just care about your coins and your careers and doing you. Liars. You guys care about also wanting marriage and kids. Okay, so stop pretending like you don't care about the things you really actually care about. Hell, you guys care about that stuff more than anything. Because if you didn't, then why, when you go out here and you try to play these games with these men that you only care about casual affairs and sex and having fun, when you start finally catching feelings, when he doesn't want to commit to you, rather just at least make you his girlfriend or ask you to marry him once you guys been dating for a while, then why do you feel some kind of way and get mad and act like, oh my God, when they don't want to get married? You see what I'm saying? I feel like women are out here lying to themselves and trying to do what these men do. And these men are out here, y'all lying to yourselves too. You out here acting like, like you don't know that these women want marriage and commitment. And you'll date these women for a certain period of time and then waste their time and move on to the next one, But I ain't mad at you men as much as I'm mad at the women, because what women allow, you know what I'm saying? And then they turn around and they feel some kind of way. But I also want to say to you women, stop chasing these men. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. It's not your job to court these men. It's not your job to make a move or to make a gesture, unless you see a guy is so ridiculously shy. But even then, you're not making a move. You're just letting him know, throwing him hints that you like him. It's okay to even tell a guy you like them. But once you tell them that you like them, sit your butts down. Sit down and let these men show their interest in return. And if they don't, darlings, then, move on to the next one. You're only supposed to give the time and attention in the day to the guys. My alarm. You only supposed to give your time and attention in seriousness to the guys who are willing to go out of their way and court you. If they can't be bothered to ask you for a cup of coffee and treat you to a cup of coffee or some ice cream or a date or something, then stop giving them your time. Because like my pastor says, where your treasure, meaning in this case your money, your dinero or whatever, where your money, your treasure is where you will find your heart. Now that whole saying, and this is from the Bible, that can be broken down into so many different scenarios. But in this scenario, we're talking about the dating and the love game, marriage, all that. If a dude can't be bothered to invest in taking you on a date, then he don't think you're worth it. Okay? He don't think you the one the slightest bit. And fellas, if you can't be bothered to take a woman on a date, even if it's just for a coffee date, and then you're just wasting our time. You're wasting women's time, and you're dead wrong. If you're that cheap, you have no business dating women or having access to them. And women should stop giving access to men who don't think enough of them to behave like a gentleman and treat them like a lady. Okay? This ain't about money, or spending money. It's about, where is your heart truly at? Where's your heart truly at? And I'm only talking about this because I have a friend who, she honestly feel like the person she was supposed to marry, she didn't get to marry. okay? And she feels like it's because that person, for some reason, she felt like she dropped the ball. And she was taking the blame. She said, "Well, I played games and that." And I said, "No," because I remember the situation. I remember back in the day when it happened. And this guy has resurfaced in and out of her life so many times. And what I told her was, "No, dear, it's not your fault. If he had been man enough to tell you how he felt about you back then, and go out his way to court you and treat you like the lady and the queen that you are, he would have got you and y'all would be married." However, the dude didn't want to do it because he was arrogant. Why? Because he had, gotten a contract in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? And so he felt like he was, he was the prize. And I'm going to tell you something, fellas. I don't give a darn what you got going for you in your career, in your bank account, your looks, whatever, what you got going in the bedroom. You are not the prize. You're not the prize. I'm sorry. Don't get offended, guys. You are not the prize. Not when it comes to the love and dating game. You are worthy and you're valuable. Yes, you are valuable. But when it comes down to the dating and the courting game, you are not the prize. The lady is. So stop treating yourselves like you're the prize. Even let's say, okay, and let's say you are the prize, right? Let's say you got it going on, okay? You don't act like it. You don't act like it. You keep that to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Know who you are. Be confident in who you are, but have some humility. Have some humility. Get off your high horse. Get off that pedestal that probably all your friends, your mama, your daddy, and these groupies you probably got around you got you up on, and bring yourself down to earth. Be grounded. No matter where you are, be grounded. A real man is not walking around with his chest out and beating on it, talking about, "I'm the man. You gotta bow to me. You gotta chase me, ladies." No, real men don't do that. Clowns do that. And a real woman will not chase no man talking about, "Well, girl, he got this and that going for him and yada yada." No, forget that. Know your worth, ladies. Now, I know you men are going to be like, "Why are your videos geared towards the women?" Because right now, this is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm feeling. Because I'm seeing more than ever today's time, guys treating themselves like they're the prize and, expecting women to chase them and pursue them. And women got to jump through hoops for them. And forgetting that what it says in the good book, the Bible, whatever you believe, you ain't got to believe in the Bible. Maybe you believe in the Quran or the Torah. And if you don't believe in that, find something spiritual to believe in, even if it's not a typical religion or faith. Just don't become a Satanist. Sorry, people who worship Satan. This is not for you. But what it says in the good book, and this is, in fact, it says in all the holy books, it says, when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. That means he found a blessing. That means the wife, that good woman, that wife is the prize, man. You know why? Because she will take everything you have and increase it by multitudes. She'll give you beautiful children, which is an heir to your empire. She will give you meals, man. She will take food and make you meals. You know what I'm saying? She will give you love. She will nurture you. Women are nurturers. We're nurturers. You guys, men, you are the providers and the protectors. It doesn't matter if this is 2019 or 2020. It doesn't mean that you forget the way things were intended. Just because women got plenty to bring to the table don't mean you forget that you supposed to bring something to the table. You supposed to be impressing. You supposed to be showing that you are a provider and a protector. So women got to do it all now. So we got to be also the nurturers and the providers and the protectors. Because I want to see you guys get out here and carry these babies for 9 months, give birth to them, get your body all, tore up, messed up, get ripped up, have to walk around in pain for a while afterwards and recover. and take care of these kids too, because now women are, they're breastfeeding and things like that. Um, if your babies are being bottle fed, then you help participate in that. You know what I'm saying? Get that formula together and get them bottles and feed them babies. Help take care and nurture them babies. Take some time off from work, because women got to take time off from work now to take care of these babies. You know what I'm saying? Women walking around pregnant at jobs and stuff. You ain't walking around pregnant at work. You ain't having no periods. You ain't having none. I'm just saying, you guys don't do half of what women actually do. You really don't. You know what I'm saying? And there's some good guys out there that really are out there, playing Mr. Mom and things like that. Kudos to you guys. Many blessings to you guys. But many of you guys, the actual reality is, many of you will not step up to the plate like that when you get married. Y'all ain't going to be out here nurturing these babies like that. You might pick them up, hold them here and there and stuff like that. But many of you are not going to be up there in that kitchen cooking all these meals, doing laundry and stuff like that. You ain't going to be rocking the babies to sleep and stuff like that. Trust me. I got plenty of friends that are married, just as much as many that aren't. And the reports back is the men don't be doing all that. Okay? So at the end of the day, y'all need to step your game up. And ladies, if these dudes don't step their game up and show you that they want you, meaning they're willing to court you and go out of their way, a man knows his wife when he sees her. All the time I hear these stories about men when they knew a certain woman was their wife. They know automatically, it seems like, up front. Men got intuition as much as women, and it's very strong. They know who they want to settle down with and marry, even if it ain't right away. Okay? And if they really want you, they will come and find you, and they will get out of their feelings, get out of their false pride and their ego. That false pride and ego, more than a little bit, fellas, will cause you to let a good one slip through your fingers. Okay? And ladies, don't ever blame yourself for, he didn't pick me or he didn't be with me because of, X, Y, and Z. It ain't your fault. It ain't your fault unless you out here sleeping around. Unless you out here sleeping around and giving yourself away like you not a prize to everybody and their mama. Close your legs. Close your legs. Make these men earn your time, your attention, and let them know you want commitment. If you tell a guy up front you're looking for commitment, you're looking for marriage, and they run the other way, he was not going to ever marry you. He had no intentions. Trust me. Guys that are looking for marriage and commitment, they don't step into a situation dating wise thinking from the get-go, I ain't thinking about marriage, and then later on somehow magically they do because supposedly they fall in love with you. Y'all be thinking y'all that special. No, you not. You special, but you ain't going to date a guy and then eventually convince him of marriage if he was never thinking about it in the first place. You're not going to convince a guy of commitment if he was never thinking about it in the first place. That's what I mean when I say you're not special. Don't think you got the magic to all of a sudden get a player to become a committed man if he was never thinking about it up front. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times guys will say they know who their wife is, and they'll say themselves, or they say their friends, their family, yeah, I'm going to marry her. And then they will go and pursue you with the passion. They will prove to you that they it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be begging and pleading. And stop staying in these long-term relationships, past a couple years, talking about, I'm waiting for him to give me the ring and being comfortable. If the dude is with you past 2 years, or in fact, past a year or two, and he ain't thought to pop the question to you, you are wasting your time. He will just continue to be there, enjoying everything comfort-wise, because he's comfortable with you, and not commit to you, not marry you, none of that. I'm tired of hearing about women who they were in relationship with men for years, and then he never married me, so now you want to walk, or he, you're no longer in the marriage or relationship, and then he gets with the next chick, and then bam, just like that, he marries her. Foolish. If he ain't thinking about marriage or trying to pop the question after a year or two, you are wasting your time. If you're in your 30s, do not give a dude any longer than 6 months to a year to know if he want to marry you, not pop the question. It don't take that long for a guy to figure it out. Trust me, it does not. It does not. Go out here polling these men. They know. They know. They know up front they want if you're it or not. So don't give them longer than 6 months to a year. And if there's somebody you like and they can't be bothered, you know what I'm saying, like to show you that they like you back, meaning they reach out, talk to you, treat you like a normal person, treat themselves like a normal person instead of like they think they're special and they think you got to be chasing them or because I don't care what nobody got going for them. We are all children of God. We are all children of God. Ain't nobody above nobody else because of whatever they got going on for their career. I don't care who you are, what you are. You ain't better than me. You ain't got more going for you than me or anybody else because you got this kind of career, that kind of career, that kind of money, that kind of money. You look this way or that kind of way, you dress this kind of way. I don't care. Nobody is above anybody. We are all children of God. Remember that. Treat yourself as such. And if you want marriage and commitment, ladies, treat yourself like you know you're worthy of that. And stop giving so much of your time and your energy to dudes that are not showing you up front they want commitment. And like I said, tell them what you're looking for up front. If they run the other way, trust me, you dodge a bullet they weren't for you. If you are in your 30s, if you're in your 30s or your late 20s, please don't get involved in these relationships where you there beyond a year or two and they ain't trying to pop the question. You don't have the time to waste, especially when it comes to your fertility. You ain't got it to waste. Stop letting them waste your time, because that's another thing. Guys today are so inconsiderate. They ain't thinking about the fact that you can't afford to waste your time with them because you only have a certain amount of period of time that your fertility is even going to be good. Okay? You don't want to be in your 30s or your 40s trying to have babies and you can't because your fertility is going down the drain because you didn't let these clowns out here waste it on them wanting to sleep with you, enjoy your company and all this other stuff, but they didn't bring you nothing to the table. You know, and my truth be told, men used to didn't court women unless they knew they had something to offer. Marriage and a good life. Period, point blank. That went down the drain. That mean a lot of men, a lot of real men ain't out here anymore. You got a lot of guys out here, they think they're men because they grown, they over 18 or they have a job. That's not the only qualifier that makes you a man. Same thing for you women. You ain't a woman just because you over 18 and you got a job paying bills. No, because real women aren't out here letting men just use them. We all make the mistakes, right? In today's time, we've all made the mistakes. Unless you're one of those people who held out your virginity until marriage. Those are only people who didn't make these mistakes. Otherwise, if you didn't remain a virgin till you were married, then you have made these mistakes at some point. So don't feel like I'm making harsh judgments, because that includes me. But when you know better, you do better, right? When you know better, you do better. You get wise. You say, I done made these mistakes. Let me not make these mistakes anymore because it's not going to do me any good. So I'm going to end this video right here. And I just want to say, if you one of them arrogant dudes out here, sit down. Sit down. Because nobody is impressed with you and nobody should be impressed with you. Too many arrogant guys out here acting like they the prize. And God is not pleased. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm not God, but I am very in tune with my spirituality. I'm very in tune with whatever it is that I'm picking up or hearing from God. And I'm going to tell you right now, God is not pleased with a lot of guys out here. You guys are out here being foul. God ain't pleased with a lot of women out here because you guys are out here being foul. You out here convincing yourselves that you down for the single life and being out here cohabitating or being out here just sleeping with whoever and this and that other. And it doesn't bring anything good to your life living like that. It just doesn't. It doesn't. Look around. Take a hard look. It's your life. Has it benefited you? It hasn't benefited you. It's probably only made your life harder. You know, I'm speaking up because I'm kind of tired of what I'm seeing today. I'm tired of seeing it. It's a great disappointment. And I really want to help uplift people by bringing reality to their faces and saying, hey, we all got to do better. We all got to do better. This is not the way God intended. And if you don't believe in God, get off my channel. You don't belong here. Because I believe in God, and that is what I'm preaching here. You know, I do readings and stuff like that, but I'm also a very spiritual channel that is, you know, trying to spread positive messages and try to help uplift people. You know what I'm saying? It won't make a difference to me if you unsubscribe or whatever. If you subscribe, great. Welcome. Glad to see you here. But there will always be more subscribers to pop up that will understand where I'm coming from, that will appreciate the messages of, you know, positive messages I'm trying to spread. Because at the end of the day, something created us. Something created us. All this doesn't exist out of the blue. It just doesn't. And I just can't imagine who's out here thinking that the world created itself and that we all came from monkeys. Goodness grief. I pity the fool because I'm sorry, you lost. If you think this entire world and all of its complexity created itself by itself. No, there is a creator that created all of this. Because if you look at DNA, it is purposeful. It is purposeful. It's so purposeful that there's no way it just came poof out of nowhere. Come on. Goodness grief. Now, I don't care what no scientists say, because a scientist, there are plenty of phenomena a scientist cannot explain. A scientist is only somebody who merely studies and tries to replicate and likes to replicate the same results and be able to explain things. It doesn't mean that they understand everything. And so just because they can't prove that there's a God out here because they can't see it and all this other stuff, doesn't mean that one doesn't exist. So if you one of them clowns, bye. Because I feel lost for you, because, you know, I feel sorry for you because you lost. You know what I'm saying? There's something out there called a creator, and it created us. You know, there is a collective consciousness that we are all tied to and connected to spiritually. You know, we are spiritual beings in a physical world. So whatever wisdom you need to tap into, whatever discernment you need to tap into, it's already out there. It's already there. And you're already connected to that higher source that created us. You know, so remember that the next time you feel like you're not good enough, especially in comparison to others, or especially in comparison to what you think you have or what you don't have. Nobody's better than anybody. And I pity the fool that's out here thinking they're better than anybody because of what they have or what they do. Whatever you have and whatever it is you do, you may have worked towards it, but you still got blessed with it, because the doors didn't have to open just no matter how hard you work. Okay? There are people out here busting behind. It doesn't mean those doors get opened. Nobody got to where they got by themselves. Anybody who convinces themselves of that is arrogant, egotistical, and full of themselves, and eventually their downfall will eventually occur or happen, because nobody's out here doing anything by themselves. Somebody helped you along the way, and somewhere along the way you got blessed. We live in a world where everybody is so egotistical. Everybody thinks they're special. Yeah, we're all special in our own unique way, but nobody is above anybody. Nobody is more spectacular than anybody. And we have to remember that. The moment you start thinking other people got to be chasing you, or other people got to be admiring you or adoring you or treating you some extraordinary way, but you're not treating anybody extraordinary, then, you know, you got a real problem. Come on back down to earth. Ground yourself. Find some humility before you destroy yourself. You know, or before God brings you down to your knees and humbles you, because eventually that's what happens. So I'm going to end it right there, and y'all take what you want to take from it. Okay? There's something that anybody could take from this. You know, I'm not perfect or anything like that, so don't think I'm over here judging nobody, because I am definitely not perfect. I have my flaws just like everybody else, but I did want to share that word of wisdom with you guys, because it was on my heart to share it. And like I said, this channel is not just about keeping you guys addicted to readings and stuff like that. This is also about helping to uplift you guys spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. And you guys be careful of getting addicted to all these readings and feeling like you need a reading to help solve or cure everything. Readings are fun and they really should be for entertainment or maybe for some insightfulness, but it should not be you looking for all the answers there, okay? So there's somebody you obsessing over, sit down. If you got obsessed over somebody, they ghosted you ain't hearing from, sit down. Move on, move forward. Because if they really wanted you, they would be there with you. You wouldn't have to wonder where they are, why they left, why they're not talking to you, why they're not showing you the attention, why they're not giving you the time of day. Stop being fools and release, let go, know your worth, move on. Plenty of fish in the sea. Or focus on something else other than obsessing over love. You know what I'm saying? Focus on your career, your coins. Is that looking right? If that's looking right, then focus on enjoying your life. Focus on you being happy. You know what I'm saying? There's many ways to be happy other than love, sex, whatever. Peace, y'all.